Okay, we are back with day 7 of Inktober, and today's prompt is fancy. That's right, fancy. So, I don't know about you, but whenever I think of fancy, I think of horse guy. Sure, sure, horse guy. Horse guy, horse guy. He can put a saddle on himself. Thank you. I did kind of do the song on one of my videos on my YouTube channel, which all these are going on. The mere fact that nobody watched it or commented on it, actually, probably just not watched it, probably says a lot about my singing voice. I wasn't really singing. I was more like speaking it since I had no musical accompaniment. But, what are you going to do? I thought it was a fun little ditty. Actually, come to think of it, I put a link to it on the blog that day. And I don't think anyone was paying attention to the. I don't think anyone was paying attention to it. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. No, I don't like that at all. Yeah. And also, fair warning, there's a very distinct chance that at some point, not, I don't know, it'll be days from now, but since my folks are coming to stay with us for 4 or 5 days, it's very possible that there will come a time when I'm doing this and my mother will come visit. Will probably just barge in. Don't know. It's very possible. I mean, not knowingly, but what are the odds that someone realizes that I'm actually doing a video? You think the odds would be pretty high, considering I've been talking about it for God knows how long. Although doing this, my wife was saying, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you going to go do a video for?" And I go, "Inktober." I go, "Remember I was talking about that?" "Well, I don't know what you do," she says. Okay, fair enough. I don't know what she does. She does things, she has plans, she does this, she does that, and quite often I don't. Very hard to follow. She's far more of a social butterfly than I am. Although she does practice, good social distancing, etc., etc. As do I. I try to. But yeah, you never know when any member of the family might pop in, start asking me questions. Usually that happens at the absolute worst possible time. I mean, timing is something. So anyway, basically, I'm doing horse guy for fancy, and he's not known for fanciness, but I figure for this particular one we can have him, that one time when he grew the fancy mustache. Yeah, say remember a little curly mustache. Remember that? Remember that? Oh, it was great. It was great. It was. I think it was right around the time the city decided to have a Horse Guy Day. Yeah. You remember Horse Guy Day, right? Oh, it was great. 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 uh, Hose guy, hose guy. Ladies, lovers, Costamina. With Horse Guy, I've taken to giving him, quite often, a ruffle shirt, which I guess is kind of an homage to the late great John Pertwee, the third Doctor Who, and I don't know. I mean, Horse Guy is just so absurd anyway that, I mean, why not dress him up like the third Doctor to an extent? Why not? That's my motto. Why not? And it was only a matter of time before I found some excuse to, work a Horse Guy in to the proceedings. Because I do that. Because I can. So there. And it's also been a little bit of a challenge for me personally because, as I said in yesterday's squirrel, or rodent, I should say, I did a flying squirrel. That I'm usually not that good with animals, but considering I've created this character, which I really like, because he's just so ridiculous. Horse guy. Sorry, and considering I did that, it really behooves me. Sorry, to try to get a better familiarity with horse anatomy, because there are times, I mean, one of the gags in Horse Guy is that he can take the form of a centaur. He can transform any part of his body into a horse. So there are times where he just transforms into a centaur. Yay. And so, and when that happens, I like to try to get a little bit. I try to get a little bit closer to proper horse anatomy. Horses are just, boy, I tell you, I did a painting once. I don't often do paintings. I'm not a painter. But I did one of a horse in action. I was looking at some racehorse, whatever, and Well, I just love the whole dynamic of horses. It's just they're just so beautiful and so elegant and just I tell you, and really the only lasting tribute that I can give to horses is the legacy of Horse Guy. But yeah, so I did a painting of. Of a horse. It turned out okay. Considering I did it I did it in oils, and yeah, there's a whole thing. I should probably relegate that. All my thoughts on painting and what it takes to be a good painter. I should probably relegate all that to a blog as well. But yeah, come to think of it, that's probably a very good idea because part of the reason I'm doing Inktober is because I needed something to fill up a month of blogs. And hey, 30 days of Inktober, that does wonders. But I think one of my test illustrations was doing Horse Guy, and that never saw the light of day because I just did such a horrible job of it. I mean, I part of the problem was that I was doing the pencils right there live, and actually, did that go out live? If it went out live, anybody who saw it. But yeah, it was just I wasn't. I don't like to map things out while people watch because I'm too cognizant of that happening. But yeah, that didn't work out. But this Horse Guy, this fancy Horse Guy, works out a lot better. Much better. I picture him in his smoking jacket. His usual velvet jacket. You could probably hear dogs in the background. Maybe, I don't know, because we've got dogs. Our neighbor has two monstrously large dogs. I'm sure they're nice dogs, but Jesus Christ, they're loud. Also did a blog about pets and why I'll never own one. Well, but anytime anybody in the neighborhood comes walking by, especially with their dogs, well, you can just imagine the furor. Okay, so we'll just add one more layer here, and with this layer, we'll just add. He's doing a little dance, little horse dance. Yeah, a little fancy horse dance. Yeah. Okay. So rid of the pencil line there. And, hey, fancy. Horse guy. Fancy dancing horse guy. Day 7. Fancy. What's tomorrow's? Oh, tomorrow's prompt is teeth. I already know what I want to do. Blah, blah.